What's up, everybody? Happy Fitness Friday. I was outside today, so we started late. I was gonna stream in real life. I did stream a little bit in real life, but it's all good. We back on top of everything. So yeah, Fitness Friday, guys. Go out there, work out for me. I walked around today. That was my fitness for today. I walked around a little bit. We're just gonna get right into it. Some big news. I just saw so much news. Let's see if I can get it on here though. There we go. Whoop. So big news, ADCC 2026 is coming to Poland. Awesome. All right, guys, get your passports ready. Get those passports up and ready. Poland's a cool country. You know, it's going to be a lot cheaper than Vegas for sure. We got a lot of stuff going on. Let me close this guy. UFC BJJ. We got Mika. We got who else we got? Of course, Craig Jones. Whoever else we got. We got Kenta. What Kenta doing?
Fixed position in 10 seconds. So you lock your hands and then step in and carry over the momentum. Here's how to do a belly-to-belly suplex from underhook position in 10 seconds. So you lock your hands and then step in and carry over the momentum. Here's how to do a belly to
people, get a crash pad and test that out before you do that in training. Drill that. You can't figure that one out ecologically. You got to drill that one, guys. And don't do that on me if you see me. Shout out to Cheeseburger. I was hanging out with him for a little bit. There's some more drama stuff. What's going on over here? Uh-oh. We got Isaac. Isaac's arm seems to be doing good. I'm not going to play that music, though. Jesus Christ, Isaac. Come on, man. You know I can't play that music. I had to erase all these songs later. It takes forever. Oh, hope you guys doing well. Fitness Friday. Go do some push-ups, sit-ups, squats. Lift some weights for me. Uh-oh. Got Isaac over here. Loudest song ever. I thought it was longer. It's a nice little setup from De La Hiva. So he's got his partner posting off balance, off to the side there, off center. And then he pulls the bottom leg out and elevates to take the back. So nice move by Isaac there. Isaac, is Varsity Jiu-Jitsu open yet, man? Actually, I think it is open, right? Hope so. We got Marcelo Garcia. He's going to be doing a seminar there at Masters World. So shout out to Marcelo. That's going to be a good opportunity. A lot of really good seminars. The only downside is it's really loud. So you might not be able to hear what Marcelo is saying. They're going to have him on a speaker or microphone or something. So that's the 28th to the 30th of August. And remember, you got CJI at the same time. So it should be a good time. I won't be there, but I'll be there in spirit and on YouTube through online means. They say happy birthday. IBJF says happy birthday to world champion and Brasileiro champion Murilo Bustamante. You know, Bustamante, the one that gave us Polares. What's going on, guys? Marley, what up? Good morning. When finishing a straight ankle lock is putting the sole of the foot of the inside leg against the top of your opponent's thigh. Well, it's hard to imagine. Putting the sole of the foot of the inside leg on top of your opponent's thigh rather than having the tip of the foot clamped. You do both, bro. We do both. Whatever it takes to get that foot. Whatever it takes to get that foot. You can do both, you know. Depends on what you're doing. No-gi, I'm probably going to keep my foot hidden. You know, if you switch over in no-gi to, pushing off the hip, pushing down on the hip with the inside leg, if they're able to get that leg across, they can go for inside heel hook on you. So I would be very careful, be very mindful of that. Am I freezing up, man? It looks like I'm freezing up. I feel like I'm freezing up. Am I freezing up? No? I thought it was. Yeah, more so in the no-gi, I'm going to keep my foot tucked in. In the gi, you can do a little bit more pushing, taking the feet out. It all depends on how good the other person is at defending and countering. So if I feel like they're not good at countering, I'll do all that stuff. I'll put my leg out there. But you just got to be careful. Yeah, it's valid. Yeah. You just got to be careful. Some people can counter that. So remember the match with Egan O'Flanagan versus happy to help, man. You remember the match of Egan O'Flanagan versus John Carlo. John Carlo hit that bolt cutter. And you never know. There's a steamer locks, there's bolt cutters, there's Junie locks, there's Wojcik locks. So be mindful where you put your feet at all times. Always be mindful. Be ready to escape. If you're grabbing their foot, they can grab your foot sometimes too. But it's not wrong. It's just, you risking a little bit when you put that foot out there. If they can pull it across, boom. Nothing's 100% foolproof. There's always something, except for a fully locked in rear naked choke. That might be it though. Yeah, go look up that match. I don't know if we can find that match. I feel like I'm freezing up, bro. Am I freezing up? I would only do this if the ankle was very much in my arm's control. What's up, Josiah? Late start today. I was out. I was actually streaming in real life today. But I was just walking around, though. I was just walking around. But again, happy birthday to Murilo Bustamante. Again, he gave us Polares. Let's see if we can find that match. Maybe a little bit later. We'll see if we can find it and watch it. As always, you guys know I got a million tabs open for sure. I always got my tabs open. I'm freezing up on my computer, but not on your computer. So we had UFC BJJ. I did not watch it. I left it up to you guys to watch for me. I don't know, man. I'd rather do whatever I was doing. Says I watched UFC BJJ 2 and it was trash. I mean, I figured that. I for sure figured that, but looks like the views were a little bit lower too. They're only 254,000 views. That's pretty good actually. One day I hope I get some views like that. Ooh, we're gonna watch this Paulo Miyao match too. Let me open that up. I don't know if they have the match up over here. Aiken's really good, but sometimes he get caught for no reason. I don't know if we can find the match though. I want to watch the match. I don't want to see the bootleg breakdown. Says not nuts in the entertainment sense. Says the Fowler match was nuts. Why did his 5'6" opponent have the game plan of going for guillotines? I don't know. I have no idea, bro. They had a lot of people. They had a lot of people on that card that never did no gi. You're like, what the heck is going on over here? Mikey put all his buddies in there. None of them did no gi. I mean, Kennedy has won no gi worlds before though. Ooh, I need to save this video. Save it in my list over here. Yeah, I don't know, man. I already kind of knew beforehand I wasn't gonna really watch it. And even the Attack It match, like, would you say that was a technical match? Like, I barely looked at some highlights. But would you say that was a technical match? No, it was. It probably was entertaining, right? I'm sure it was super entertaining, but was it technical? Is that like the technique you want to see? It was entertaining, probably. Yeah, I'm sure it was entertaining, but you can't replicate what they did. You can't replicate what any of those guys did. All right, Marley, we're going to look at this a little bit later, hopefully. What the heck is going on over here? We're not going to watch it right now, but we're going to try to watch it a little bit later. If I can. What the heck? What the heck is going on? It's acting up. I'm just going to click on it. Yeah, no problem, bro. I'm a hater, bro. I'm hating on UFC BJJ. I just didn't want to support it. It was a technical fight. Are you sure it's a technical fight? You sure it's a technical fight? We got Hassim over here.
The giraffe. Day one in the books. I had 2 fights today. I finished my first round by decision, second round by submission from the back. And I'm into the finals for Sunday.
Like the villains.
Hassim, he in the wrong sport, man. He need to be doing some basketball or something. Why he wasting all his gifts in jiu-jitsu? It's kind of a waste. Fowler versus Craig. Craig retired. We watched that match yesterday. Craig got caught in that face crank, that neck crank. When you get too old, that neck crank take us out, bro. That neck crank, I can't deal with no neck crank no more. When I was younger, I could eat all the neck cranks all day. Now I can't take no neck crank. I can't play all this music, bro. This music be getting me. It says make sure the fit is wrestleable before a night out. So every Gen Z person thinks they are a fashionista, they're fashion icon. It don't look good, but they love it though. They love the baggy everything. Is that fashion, guys? 'Cause I don't think it is. Is that fashion? Said might need to take the loafers off. Put your wrestling shoes on. I think, did we watch that video yesterday where the Indian guy tried to take the wrestling shoes, the meat kicks? He says, "Nah, I'm 21. I tap immediately to neck cranks. You're built like a brick." Nah, I'm old now. I'm old enough to be your unk, bro. That's not fashion. Gen Z just, people like Marley, they say that's fashion. We got to believe it. Shout out to Dion.
Really like it. Yeah, you got a few things like that.
Shout out to Fionn. She just had her first class at Arma, so looks good. They got the mat is packed. Marley says he doesn't like all the Gen Z blue belts. I like the ones that are like, I'm a professional BJJ grappler. You know, put the blue belt on, they be getting tapped out left and right. What kind of influencer getting tapped out left and right by teenagers and old folks? It's hard, you know, jiu-jitsu's kind of tough to be an influencer unless you're like really good, you know. That's how it was back in the day. Like, you know, unless you were a black belt, we weren't going to post no technique. I don't care how good you were. But now you got white belts posting techniques and blue belts. And, you know, they be training ecologically. they ain't got no technique. But that's your generation, bro. It says, you're 21, Marley. I'm 30, going on 31. You still young too, Josiah. He says, I feel like I relate more to people in their 30s, man, than I do my own age. Fionn, yeah, shout out to Fionn. She's doing good. She's also going to be at Masters World, so shout out to her. She's probably going to buzzsaw through the competition. She's going dark hair, so, you know, no more blonde hair. No more blonde hair. She's going all natural. That's awesome. So the gym looks great. Look at, you know, I like the colors, you know, very kind of warm and inviting. Got a nice mix of the ladies and the dudes. Clean environment. You know, it looks like it's on the right foot, you know. Shout out to them. It says, facts, man. I feel too much shame trying to teach people no matter how valid I think a technique is. You know what I would do? I would do that if you wanted to do that stuff. I would do it on YouTube. I wouldn't do it as much on Instagram. You know, you might get a lot more flack on Instagram, but I think YouTube is a really good platform for that. Since I got to rebuke these ecological folks. Yeah, I would just I would put that content, like say you wanted to show techniques or anything, or vlog or whatever. I would put that on YouTube, and YouTube's going to help you find an audience, you know, that wants to follow that kind of content. Whereas Instagram is just, it's a, I don't know, whole mess of stuff going on. Josiah says, blonde Fionn from the Bronx. Well, she's Fionn from London. Fionn be changing her location. I better stop. I'm not going to say nothing on Fionn, but she does change her location. She's not from the Bronx no more. She from the Pennington. Fionn Pennington. Blonde Fionn was cool. Dark-haired Fionn is fire. I'm partial to blonde Fionn. Marley's, to be honest, I feel like her gym is probably a more welcoming environment than most places. Women have more of a nurturing nature to them. That is true. And we got her ex-boyfriend on here, Gabriel Souza. We got her ex-boyfriend on here. I don't know what happened. We're not going to speculate on why they broke up, but they did break up. Thanks, man. I appreciate the advice. True Instagram is ruthless. We got Craig Jones.
Sweet mother of God. I think she's found me. Look at this 3-toed, untoenail clipped, size 15 paw print here. That doesn't taste like Gabby Garcia scat. It tastes significantly worse. That tastes like the scat of a New Zealand man, which is our next athlete below, Etabari, representing Team Australasia at minus 99 kilos. Below won the Australian trials, which I know doesn't mean much, but he got the Lachlan Giles seal of approval, which means a lot to me. Below only wanted one thing shouted out, and that is the state of Australia, colloquially known as New Zealand.
Yeah, guys, pray for my man Craig Jones. We got to give Craig Jones a couple dollars, okay? When he does CJI. Can't believe they broke up. Listen, Fionn is the Taylor Swift of jiu-jitsu. It happens. It was going to happen it was always going to happen. Yeah, a lot of these girls like the Brazilian. Well, I'm warning. I keep telling Helena to stay away from the Brazilians, but she's not really listening. The thing is, if you get with Helena, you're gonna have to take care of some pets, some ducks, some hogs, some bugs, some birds. You're gonna be feeding a lot of animals. You got to make a lot of money to feed them animals. And God forbid if she get a horse or something, that's it. That relationship can't afford no horse over here in this economy. Josiah says, can we all just give Craig a round of applause? This is how you promote your event. UFC BJJ, who's number one? Everyone out there, take notes. That's why they trying to get Craig Jones on there, but they don't want to pay him, but they want him to promote their event. Not this. Yeah, she's a Taylor Swift. You didn't know she's a huge Taylor Swift fan. You can tell how Fion's relationships are going based off whatever Taylor Swift song she's playing, or she got in her bio or whatever, or screenshotting. Whatever Taylor Swift song she playing, that'll tell you about her relationship. She must have zero free time between training and all those pets. Who, Helena? Yeah, Helena. Well, that's why she's going to get you guys. She's going to get a Marley to help her. She needs some more helping hands down there. Danaher's daughter needs some helping hands with her pets. She looking for a man to take care of them pets. We got Jaden Cox over here.
Finished it.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a lot of heart there, Jaden.
He's going through it today. I mean, he after the first match, I kind of could tell feeling a little tired.
Yeah.
The rest of the world's already, and he's like,
Yeah.
I was like, hey man, we cut all cool downs. We're like, all right, we just focus on rest and recovery as much as you possibly can. And this last match, I just said, hey man, you're gonna give everything you got.
Yeah.
Period. Because the other matches, I was saying, hey, when you start feeling yourself getting that tired, head, hands, protect your legs, recover in good position. But this one, I said, hey, everything I said there, cut it out.
Yeah.
Go get it. So.
What was the message at the break?
The message after break for him was just this. I said, one, fakes are good for you.
Yeah.
I said, two, stop grabbing his hand, because he kept grabbing his hand and I was creating an angle for that sweep single they got.
Okay.
So I said, grab his wrist instead. Don't grab his hand, grab his wrist. You'll be good. When you get to your underhook, actually use it. Push, pull. Don't let him settle in there, because then he can grab you. He made those adjustments. He went and got it, and then he trusted his offense to go get it. And I just went up and he was like, trust your offense. Go get him. And then he went and got it. He got to that position the first time. Yeah, we lost it, and he got back
You got
there.
the same one, yeah.
He got it. He got it the next time. So
A lot of guts. Good job.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
So Jaden Cox is one of the best American wrestlers we've had in a long time. Really good at what's that called? Not fainting, but he could attack both sides, kind of like juking you out. Marley, he signed up for Helena's harem. I don't know if you want to be a part of that, but you go ahead. You can take care of some of the cows and pigs and the rats on the mat. She's gonna have you clean up all that poo-poo. You'll be waking up at the crack of dawn to feed them animals, bro. Good luck. She's gonna have you feeding the birds. It's all good though. Danaher's daughter will take care of you. We got Shintaro. What is he talking about? He says how to grow in judo. Shout out to my judo people. They don't really got much going on in judo. Judo people, they ain't got much going on. They ain't got no social media. They ain't got no skits. They got a little bit of instructionals. Marley says he needs the discipline. All right, man. You careful what you wish for.
Aaron Cohen. This guy is one of the legends. We were on many teams together back in the day. You were champ, right?
Yeah, I don't know about that, but we had a
you
great
were
time. We were great roommates. We have a lot of great memories together.
So for all the people that are watching my YouTube channel, I have a pretty big following. What can they do to grow judo, do you think?
I would say focus on basics and fundamentals. Stand up judo, especially for America. Most countries don't do a lot of drop seoi-nagis and stuff at a young age, and our country does. And I think in the long run, we end up losing kids because of it, because every kid is focused on drop. And, we focus on just kind of stand-up judo for the most part. with a little twist of new school judo, and just continue to have a good environment in a family-based dojo where everybody gets along, there's no drama, and encourage like club activities.
I'm gonna be honest. This guy, he got a million times more judo experience than me. But I feel like he missed the essence of the question: how to grow judo. And it's there's things you can do as a instructor, as someone that owns an academy, a judo academy. But the change in judo's got to come from the top. It's the people at the top of USA Judo. They keep judo back. Listen, these idiots. Look, these guys are idiots. If they were smart, they would have partnered up with Travis Stevens. Where's my fingers at? Travis Stevens. They should have partnered up with Kayla Harrison. They should have partnered up with Ronda Rousey. Remember when Ronda Rousey was the top of the world? Remember when Ronda Rousey was the face of the UFC? Everybody knew who Ronda Rousey was. USA Judo, they didn't do anything. They didn't bring those athletes into the fold. They didn't have those athletes representing judo and giving back and teaching clinics and just going all over the country to get people into judo programs. They had Travis Stevens. He was doing a lot. Man, Travis Stevens, when he came over to jiu-jitsu, bro, we were like, bro, we need to pick up some judo now. You seen this Travis Stevens guy? USA Judo said, no, you can't do that anymore, Travis Stevens. You can't compete in jiu-jitsu anymore. USA Judo, their best athletes, Kayla Harrison, Ronda Rousey, they all left to go. They couldn't make a living in judo. They had to go to the UFC, MMA. If USA Judo was smart, they would have kept those athletes, had them, all right, Ronda, you're amazing. We need you for our program. You're the face of the program, USA Judo. We want to get all the little girls that want to be just like you into judo. What did USA Judo do? They didn't do anything. They kept pushing people out of the sport, making rules. And look at judo now. Judo dying. Judo ain't got no NIL. They ain't got no professional tournaments. They ain't got no professional leagues. They barely got sponsorship. They might get kicked out. Man, America ain't going to. It's possible America won't take no medals at the 2028 Olympics in judo. That's true. They didn't take any. Did they win any medals at the 2024 Olympics? I don't think so. They losing all their athletes. Why would I go train judo unless I really love it? Why okay, why I should go to wrestling. At least I can make some money, get a scholarship to college. Or hey, I'll go to jiu-jitsu. I can make a little bit of money. You go to judo, what are you going to do? Nothing. They don't work with J-Flow. They don't work with Jimmy Pedro. They don't work with none of these people. You can't save judo. That's the issue. You can't save judo. Judo is dying in America. It's basically dead. It's on the life support. It's at the hospice over here. It's just on life support. And nothing they can do is gonna help it. I see it. I mean, jiu-jitsu growing. Jiu-jitsu over here. We in the UFC. We in Abu Dhabi. We over here. We in CJI. We good. We making millions of dollars over here. I can't say nothing for judo. They ain't got nothing. And I love judo. But that's it. It's gone. You know, you got a better chance moving to France and getting good at judo. It says, as a person who hasn't practiced judo since 2004, judo needs personality. Well, they kicked those personalities out of there. And also needs more action in regards to movesets and stuff. Judo needs personality. Would someone with a slow, meticulous BJJ game be out of the water in judo? Probably. Judo is hard on your back, your neck, your shoulders, your knees. I want to do some supplemental judo for my BJJ, but I feel like judo can be neutralized a lot in BJJ if you don't allow them to get in position. So you need someone that trains in judo and jiu-jitsu to, kind of translate the moves over for you. I wish we had more, some of those Brazilian schools had more of a judo influence, like Jacare School, Rodolfo, like Novo União had a lot of judo influence. And my school, we used to practice, we did a little bit of stand-up, a little bit. We could do drop seidanagi, osodo, uchimata, kochigari. It says, unfortunate, it seems that that converting a martial arts to be more and more of a sport takes away from the combat element too much. Look at karate. Boxing managed to escape this because it was already a pro sport for centuries. My cousin is a coral belt in jiu-jitsu, and he's been saying the same thing you're saying. I mean, anybody with their eyes open can see that, but except for the people in judo. But when you're too close, you can't really see it. So honestly, I think the only way for judo to survive now is to become hybrid with jiu-jitsu. So that's what Colton Brown has. He has and Travis Stevens, they do jiu-jitsu program. They'll do both. They'll have two programs, jiu-jitsu program, like a real jiu-jitsu program and a real judo program, and let those feed off each other. Otherwise, it's hard to have a judo program by itself. But if you can get people in the door with the jiu-jitsu, then a lot of jiu-jitsu people will cross-train. Jiu-jitsu people I need to learn some throws. Cool. Most jiu-jitsu people want to learn judo. But flip side, my judo people don't really want to do jiu-jitsu too much. So I'll end my rent there. That's wrestling right there, man. Wrestling. Wrestling. It's crazy because the synergy between wrestling and jiu-jitsu is pretty good right now. You're going to have Gable Stevenson versus Craig Jones. That's going to be amazing. It's probably not going to be the best for, best match, but it's going to be for, as far as entertainment, it might be pretty good. They didn't think they're bringing no judo person over there. The only judo person they have is J-Flow, because he's like a referee or one of the, not referees, what is it? One of the scorers, I don't know. Did they have Jimmy Pedro over there at CGI too? Yeah, but you're never gonna have any judo people bring jiu-jitsu people into their their events or anything. Got a little bit of UFC BJJ.
Some people got the real problem. Some people out of love.
Was Josiah, you said this was a very technical match? You sure, bro? That was technical?
Yeah, that was beautiful. Just some people think I can solve them. Lord heavens above.
Was this technical, guys? It's just a big scramble. Was that technical, guys? Let's be honest here. Was that technical? When I say technical, I mean controlled. From start to finish, you were in control of the movement. Which I do like a good scramble. I do like a good scramble, but when every match is a scramble, when you watch the black belts, are you looking for just the craziest scramble that you could have seen at a blue belt match or a purple belt match, or are you looking for some really good jiu-jitsu? This match reminds me of the rounds at Fight Sports. Well, that's why Fight Sports is good. Them guys are tough. We talked about this before. It wasn't technical, but it was a fight. That's kind of the Carlson Gracie methodology. Guys like Wagner Hosha, Cyborg, them guys tough. For sure, they tough. But you can't say they technical. Not at no point are you like, man, that there was finesse. That was something you want to emulate. A lot of that stuff is juice powered. When I say technical, I'm thinking something that you want to emulate and something that is possible for you to emulate. We can't emulate this stuff. They flip it around. They got Gumby joints. Are they going to be grappling like this when they're 25, 30? Probably not. And say they want to keep grappling like this at Cyborg's age, they're gonna need some supplementation if they're not already on that. Says that when I watch a jiu-jitsu fight, I'm looking for a fight. Yeah, but you don't know what you're talking about. So now, like take someone like Tynan, Juice Power. Take someone like Marcelo Garcia or Tynan or Rafa Mendez. What do you see when you watch a Rafa Mendez match? You're seeing. There's only one Rafa Mendez, right? There's only one Marcelo Garcia. There's only one Lucas Lepri. But what do you see when you watch those matches? I don't know. Who knows? Who knows what he's on? He's on the Jesus juice. I don't know. He's a good kid. I don't know what they're on. Well, if he wants to keep up this, he's gonna have to get on something eventually. But when you watch Lucas Lepri, Rafa Mendez, you're watching cutting edge technique. You're watching finesse. You're watching we call that beautiful jiu-jitsu. Ain't nobody ever said Wagner jiu-jitsu was beautiful or Cyborg jiu-jitsu was beautiful or Take's jiu-jitsu was beautiful. They can use technique when they want to, but I mean, it's effective. They might gas me out. I might be gassed out already by 2 minutes in. They both were scramblers though. That's just the style. That was always going to be their matchup though. My man Kyle Chambers, he didn't do that well, but we still support him. Tackett wore Canuto down, and this is Canuto's game. Yeah, well, that's a young man's game, right? So eventually, you gotta evolve. You can't grapple like you did when you're 20 years old, and you're 25, 26, 27. You gotta progress. You gotta make some technical adjustments. Them guys be over there gassed you out. You cooked. Tackett is on a different level. We need another matchup with Ty or Cade. Even those guys, look at Ty and Cade. What's happening to Ty and Cade? Do you guys know what's happening to Ty and Cade? Their bodies, you've seen their bodies are kind of breaking down, right? All that crazy stuff they did, their bodies starting to fall apart a little bit. They abused themselves too. Tack is good, but eventually what happens when that 18-year-old Brazilian comes out of nowhere that's been on the acai for a minute? It ain't that style is not sustainable. And it won't work against everybody. It's not gonna work against like a Tynan or a Mika who has more technique. Tackett destroyed Canuto. That was a good match. Tackett's just a younger version of Canuto, right? Isn't that he's just a younger version. So Canuto needed to evolve. You got to evolve your game. You can't rely on that athleticism solely by itself. You got to really get your technique sharp at black belt. Kyle Chambers says, "No excuses. I felt healthy and I had a great camp. At the highest levels, it just takes one mistake, and sometimes you're on the unfortunate end of that. Great game plan, and congrats to William. He fought another Tackett. Thank you, UFC BJJ, for the hospitality all of this week and this amazing opportunity. There's really no better motivation to keep getting better and come back stronger. I'm looking forward to this next version of myself." And Kyle's really good. My advice to Kyle is to go back to your fundamentals. That's my advice to a lot of 10th Planet people. Go back to your fundamentals. Look at your fundamental jiu-jitsu. Not, scrap. I'm not saying scrap your 10th Planet stuff, but go back to fundamental stuff that you guys overlooked. Josiah says, Mikey's sister last night did a great job. Well, Tammy, she my favorite Musamechi because, me and Mikey, I don't know, man. I like Tammy. She the best Musamechi we know of. We talked about this earlier. I don't know if you guys were here at the beginning, but Yeah, so ADCC is going to Poland 2026. So guys, get your passports ready. And don't fall in love with those Polish girls, guys. I'm warning you. Them Polish girls are good. I heard. And like good ladies out there. Jason Whitfield says, William's style is so different from Andrew. William's jiu-jitsu looks way more refined. Yeah, for sure. Well, he's the older brother. He's the older brother. William's got good jiu-jitsu. Now, he like, look at William versus Achilles Hosha. So, like, you know, Andrew versus Achilles might be a different match because they both be scrambling. But because William is a little bit more, he's more refined, he was able to finish Achilles like pretty easily. And again, that style matchups. His sis is a great lawyer, I've heard. Mikey needs to go to law too. Go take him to law school. Can we sign a petition to send Mikey to law school? Might need her to represent me when Gianni and I face off. Yeah, maybe. We are proud to officially announce that the 2026 ADCC World Championship, the most prestigious event in submission grappling, is it still the most prestigious? I think CGI is now. Well, not ADCC. You still want that ADCC on your title though. This marks a historic shift for the grappling world as ADCC comes to one of Europe's largest and most passionate grappling nations, home to a thriving community of fighters and fans alike. I'm not sure how good that one's going to be. I don't know if Polish people are going to spend money to go watch ADCC. Talking about Mikey, can you guys see this shirt? We're going to look at it a little bit later too. It says, Mikey Musumeci for Taynor, one of the most elite Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu competitors of his generation. Mikey teams up with Taynor for a limited edition shop now. So, are you guys gonna buy that T-shirt? I'm not. Maybe I should. Should I buy that and just troll Mikey? ADCC 2026. Yeah. Bro, I think putting Mikey on the T-shirt made it worse. They should have just kept. They should have just put his name on there, but not his picture. So maybe you guys will buy that T-shirt. I will not buy that T-shirt. I will not. I'm not gonna give my money to Taynor. I'm not gonna spend $80 for a T-shirt with Mikey Musumeci's face on there. Josiah say he won't buy he gonna buy the Gianni Grippo shirt. He gonna wear Gianni Grippo on his shirt. It says confirmed members of the Hall of Fame. Oh shoot! Look at the Hall of Fame. Got Hodger, Hoyler, Sanji, Buchecha, Marcelo, Lucas. I thought Lucas was already in there. Homolo and Andre Galvao. Anybody else on there? So these guys are confirmed for the Hall of Fame. So that's amazing. So if you're wondering, you need to win worlds. I'm probably never going to be in the World Hall of Fame. You need to win worlds like four times, I believe, to get to the Hall of Fame. So it's almost impossible to do nowadays. Even Tiny is not in the Hall of Fame. He says, Jason Whitfield says, I wonder if ADCC went to Poland to avoid CJI. Now for the perfect troll from Craig to follow them to Poland. Yeah, Craig can go anywhere. I think the move for Craig is to go. I don't know why Abu Dhabi doesn't just go to I don't know why ADCC doesn't just stay in Abu Dhabi. There's more. That's where a lot of those organizations are going. Quintet's going out there. Karate Fight. I think there's just more money, and you know, they want tourist money out in Abu Dhabi. So it makes sense for CJI and ADCC to go to Abu Dhabi. To me, it makes sense. Poland, you know, you can't. I don't think the Polish people pay. They're not gonna, you know, I don't know if they're gonna invest their money in ADCC like that. But if you guys remember, ADCC was originally supposed to travel every 2 years anyway. It's only the last couple years they stayed in America. The last 3 events. Nah, they did 2019, 2022, and 2024. Okay. So yeah, the last 3 events they did in America. We got Mark Coleman over here. Look at Mark Coleman, man. I don't want to hear none of you guys complaining about nothing. Look at Mark Coleman, double hip surgery and all this other stuff. Almost got burned up. Look at him hitting leg day. Where's my sound at? It took my sound out. Heck no. We ain't got no sound. But look at him. Look at him hitting leg day. All right, Mark Coleman, look at him. He doing it. Look at him. He's squatting too. He ain't got no hips. Who's the head organizer for ADCC? I don't know if it's Mo or who. I don't know who's in charge anymore. Look at him, bro. He doing it, bro. I thought there was some audio on this and took it off. Maybe Mo getting a second chance. So that's Half Sumo. They're coming out with a new gi, triple reinforced seams for uncompromising roll resistance, high definition patches and embroideries. With the black mamba stitch scales, pearl weave jacket softens with every session, molding to your game. Awesome. You know, Half Sumo does some really cool artwork. You know, I usually push you guys to try on inverted gear, but you guys can wear whatever you guys want to wear. You hear that, Nelson? I be promoting inverted gear every day, and you know, no parade for me. That looks like a decent gi. I like it. Seems cool. I like the yellow with the black, and I like the inside stitching. You know, that's what I want from a gi. You know, some design. A little bit of cool factor, but, you know, plain, not going to stand out too much unless someone takes a nice, good look at it. Nice little details and features. That looks cool, too. So shout out to Half Sumo. They do some really cool artwork, man. Look at these swim trunks. That's cool, man. I like those. That's cool. Yeah, check that out if you guys want to. Luke Rockhold, Blast Modern BJJ. The vulnerability of jiu-jitsu is pathetic to me. I can say the same thing about modern MMA. Does not, you know, everything's vulnerable. The human body is vulnerable. Like, nothing you do, there's always, oh, well, you guys can't do that. You can't do this. There's always something you can say, man. Luke Rockhold always complaining, too. Wasn't he the one that he quit his bare knuckle boxing match because he was going to get his teeth knocked out or something? I don't want to hear him complaining, bro. We got the Mikey T-shirt. I think Josiah said he's going to get this one, right, Josiah? Mamma mia! That's terrible, bro. Yeah, I would just. Take that all off. Take that all off. I'll keep the Mikey Musumeci name with Taynor under it or something. Or just put a pizza. They should have just put a pizza on there instead of Mikey. Anything would have been better than that. Guys, again, I want you to have a great Fitness Friday. You know, do some push-ups. I was walking earlier. I tried to stream that, but it didn't do too well. Let's listen to Khabib now.
Lazy. Because Allah give them this and they think okay, but hard worker, when you don't have talent you have to work so hard. When you work so hard and sacrifice your time, you become more disciplined. You talk about talent and hard worker? Yeah. You know, most of the talent people, they lazy. Most of them. I met a lot of talent people, but they all like, I don't want to say 100, but 99% they lazy. Because Allah give them this and they think okay, but hard worker, when you don't have talent, you have to work so hard. When you work so hard and sacrifice your time, you become more disciplined. You talk about talent and hard worker? Yeah. You know, most of the talent people, they lazy. Most of them. I met.
Anytime something comes easy to someone, they usually not gonna respect it. Josiah says, "Nah, I'm getting a Gianni Grippo shirt." You go ahead and get the Gianni Grippo tattoo. We just got another. I'd be updating this show kind of live too. Let's see. Khabib, they be working hard. Well, there's nothing else to do in Dagestan. You got a wrestler do something. Yeah, you basically got a wrestler or fight MMA at this point. Got a couple of new posts over here. Rodolfo Vieira, I guess he's fighting. Is he fighting this weekend?
$185. 185, the official weight for Rodolfo Vieira.
Rodolfo is my size. That's crazy because he used to compete at like ultra heavy, super heavyweight or something. Heavyweight. So he probably be cutting 20, 30 pounds or something. Jason Whitfield says, from what I've seen, they haven't announced anyone as the organizer. Mo is still out from all accounts. He's still involved though. They might put a figurehead out there, but I think it seems like Mo's still running stuff. I'm not sure why they are keeping it a secret because Mo's still in charge. They're not going to get rid of Mo. That's his job. Hopefully Rodolfo has a better showing than Buchecha because jiu-jitsu's not looking good. We need some representation out there. All my jiu-jitsu dudes, it's crazy. A lot of these guys too, Buchecha and Rodolfo were very gi-focused grapplers. They weren't really good no-gi. I don't know if you noticed that, guys. They weren't really good at no-gi. So I think that means that they weren't going to be good in MMA. I think Wagner Hosha is calling out Marcelo. Is that what's going on over here? Can we get the translation? It says Wagner Hosha, after his Who's Number One victory against Kit Dale, wants the opportunity to face a sport legend, Marcelo Garcia. Wagner, you're gonna get your ass kicked. Wagner, you're gonna get your ass kicked. You think you're gonna do that shit to Marcelo? You guys ever seen Marcelo turn it up in the videos? It like, oh shoot. It looked like, when them animals get mauled by the tiger or the lion, that's what it looks like. They were born in the same year, but they have never gotten to compete against each other because Wagner wasn't good back then. Today, Marcelo is one of one's grappling stars, while Wagner can fight in every event without an exclusive contract. Would you like to see this match? Yep, let's do it. Honestly, I want to see Marcelo versus Mika in Tynan. Come on, Arma. We did look at Arma Jiu-Jitsu. They just opened. If you guys are in that area, my UK folks, go check out Arma. Pay that mat fee, bro. The 40 euros. It looks good. It looks like the mock-up, huh? Is that the real? Okay. Is that the real? I think that's the real stuff. They already got the kids going. That looks like a nice gym, bro. And it looks exactly like the mock-up. That's crazy. It looks exactly like the mock-up. So they did a really good job. They put some time and effort into this. So that's important. When you have a facility, people need to understand that you put time and effort and energy into this. It's the same thing, like, say you go to AOJ or somewhere. You're going to have to get your wallet open. You ain't going to haggle at AOJ. You're going to have to pay whatever they say. But if your facilities don't match, if your facility looks all run down, you're going to have a hard time convincing people of the worth. says first look at Arma BJJ opens its doors in Clapham. I don't know how the British people say that. The wait is over. At 9 a.m. today, Arma BJJ officially opens its doors. And trust us, this is the wellness upgrade our neighborhood has been waiting for. We first told you back in November that Arma would be Clapham's new high-performance hub, and now it's finally here. This isn't just another gym. Arma is a full-scale training, recovery, and productivity space designed for those who want to push their limits and recharge in style. So that's pretty amazing. You're going to have to pay for that, but it's really nice. It looks like you got to wear the uniform, but that's okay. It looks better than the Gracie uniform.
One of the big mistakes that I see people make, number one, is that everyone's trying to win every round. Like, I don't try to win every round. I'm trying to learn new stuff every round. Like, it's great to be able to beat people up. Like, especially, obviously for me it's different because I'm trying to compete at a high level. But for me, it was like, no one cares what you do in the gym. Like, you can have the coolest rounds in the gym, and then you can go out and you can get, there's so many guys who are gym warriors who compete so well, who train so well in the gym, and they just go out and they lose to guys who have no business losing to. So for me, I'm just like, like you tap me in the gym, like go win ADCC. So obviously it was a little bit different for me. But still, if you're just trying to win every round, you're only going to get good at the things that you're good at. Like, you're only going to get better at the things you're already good at. Until you find guys who are forcing you into bad positions. And then most of the time when you're forced into bad positions, you have such anxiety about being in bad positions, just trying to explode out, and you don't actually learn anything anyways. So just experimenting. I think experimenting is the biggest thing in jiu-jitsu. Experimenting and not being afraid to fail. So just go in, experiment, don't be afraid to fail, and really think about what you're doing. Like, don't just come in and just go through the moves. Like, come in with like a set of long-term and short-term goals of what you're trying to accomplish. And one of the big mistakes.
Shout out to Gordon. There's a lot of factors that go into winning, and honestly, I mean, look at Danaher's guys. I mean, he's only got one Gordon, right? You could argue maybe Gary Tonin was the top guy before that, and Eddie. I don't really know if Eddie was a Danaher guy. I think he was already a Henzo guy from some other place. But even then, that's only 3 guys that were kind of homegrown a little bit. Everybody else is from somewhere else. Kind of, I guess Big Dan was from there. But if you take a school like Henzo's that had access to thousands of students, you can find about 10 good people. 1% of 1,000. You can find some amazing, talented people. So I think it's about cultivating these athletes and, the technique and the support. I feel like the support, training partners, you need the good training partners, but also the support. Having a coach that's focused on you and your game goes a long way. So, even with like Kevon and Grippo or the guys at Standard, I don't think it's necessarily how the training methodology is what helps them, but I think just having one coach focused on you, because Gianni trained with Marcelo, but it's not like Marcelo was focused on Gianni only, but Kevon's kind of invested in focusing on Gianni and making sure everything's good with him, and I think that's kind of what goes the farthest. Not necessarily having the best coaching, but having someone that's invested in you. I think that's why a lot of these athletes are doing a little bit better. The Corey Bros I think they're just doing well because they got a coach that's focused on them. Gordon does well because Danaher was focused on him a lot of times. It says Marcelo getting called out. Yeah, Marcelo winning. Yeah, who betting against Marcelo? He says, Jason says, that's the opposite of fight sports mentality. They're trying to win every second. Marcelo is unique in that he's all about attack. Wagner's not about attack. He's just trying to throw you off. He punch you in the head, kick you, whatever he's got to do to get you off your game. But once Wagner starts to fight someone like Marcelo or think about Morgali or Mika, that doesn't work anymore. That does not work anymore. Same thing with Cyborg. As soon as he fights somebody that's stronger than him, his jiu-jitsu don't really work. When he fights Kynan or he fights Gordon, who's bigger and stronger, that jiu-jitsu style doesn't work anymore. It's crazy because Cyborg always been kind of wild, but I think Cyborg back in the day, we need to find an old Cyborg video. I believe he was more technical back in the day. So a lot of these guys, they sacrifice their technique. Once they get on these supplements, they start sacrificing their technique. They out their mind. Too much power is not that good, Too much strength and power that just counters your technique a lot of times, or discourages your techniques. Yeah, that's not a good match, man. Is that like, at least Gordon, you watch Gordon, you're watching technical jiu-jitsu, you're like, man, that was amazing. That was just like kind of wild and crazy. Now it might be entertaining. But to me, it wasn't the best jiu-jitsu. I didn't watch it. I'm glad I didn't watch that match. Imagine you stayed up late to watch that match. I'd be upset at myself. Josiah says, my late aunt Patricia was a huge Marcelo Garcia fan, and she used to go to his fights. She never had the chance to meet him, but I'll one day fight Gianni Grippo. What do you think is the main weakness of Ecological? Well, just look at how the guys are competing. I don't know if it has a weakness, right? I don't think it has a weakness. Ecological guys, I mean, most of those ecological guys aren't pure ecological. I'm waiting for a pure ecological person to come up to appear. I mean, Grippo trained with Marcelo, trained at Henzo's. He drilled extensively. Corby Bros came from wrestling, and traditional methodologies. The other girl, Alex, that Greg Saunders produced, I trained with her. She used to drill we drilled back in the day with the kids. I'm waiting. Ecological works. I'm waiting for a purely ecological person, which I guess it will never happen. I'm more so upset that they be scamming you guys with those courses, and they be trying to gamify jiu-jitsu too much. Yeah, I just think certain situations. They're good. They're good in certain situations. But there's no ability to like really. I don't know. My main issue of ecological is that it's just a marketing ploy that these guys are scamming you to make money off of you. I'm not saying ecological positional sparring doesn't work. One issue is that a lot of the positions you get into, it's very structured, or it's very specific. But when you're grappling, especially in the lower weight classes, it's hard to get in those specific situations, or they might bypass that whole situation entirely. And there's no way to game plan every situation, every moment. You just can't do that. It's too free flowing in jiu-jitsu to figure out everything and be prepared for everything, So you have to be prepared to deal with the unexpected. That's just jiu-jitsu. Gordon's match with Wagner is a good description of what we've been talking about. Gordon just melted him. Yeah. And Wagner actually did good. He's fighting some bigger dudes too. But if it was a small Gordon, it probably the same thing would happen, right? Gordon, 88 kg Gordon, it would have been the same match. But Wagner does good when people play into his game. He, like, if you're emotional, you're like, say, like, attack it. You might be able to beat Tackett. You might get into Tackett's head. He could possibly break Tackett down somehow. But when the guy's a lot more technical, it usually doesn't work. When the person is just like coming at you from a technical standpoint, that doesn't really work with Wagner's game. Josiah says, and this is why I'm going to learn some jiu-jitsu. I want more of the knowledge. Judo taught me a few things, but I know jiu-jitsu will teach me a lot. Yeah, learn from everything. I always tell you guys to cross-train, do some wrestling, do some judo, do some sambo. You know, do other sports and, you know, move around. Let me move out a little bit. Cabrillo's looking happy over here. His son finally won the match. If Kennedy had lost one more match, look at Kennedy. Is that Kennedy? What's going on over here, bro? Yo, what in the Diddy is going on over here? What in the Diddy's going on over here, Kennedy? We need USADA stat. Where's USADA at? But shout out to Jalen and Kennedy and even Mikey over here. Shout out to these guys and Cobrinha. If you guys didn't know, Cobrinha's my old coach. We're watching the same stuff. I don't want to watch the same stuff. We already saw that 11 times. We got Felipe Andrew getting ready for Nogi. Man, can he learn how to defend the leg locks? No, that's another good match. Remember that match? We're going to find that match real fast. He just, he lost that match recently. I think, was it Josiah or Marley that was asking about this? I think it was Marley. Protect your legs, guys.
Well, you mentioned the passing of Declan. I wonder if we're going to get to see it, because Philippe also has some pretty great wrestling.
He does. Declan has good wrestling. Like, I'll tell you what, it's not necessarily the cleanest, but it's productive.
Gets the job done,
it does.
right?
He does. He puts people down. Sometimes you're like, yeah, that may have not been exactly the cleanest, but boy, oh boy, it's productive.
I think I've heard that said about my wrestling from time to time, so I
See?
can't hate on it. Oh,
arm drag, cross ankle pick. He
He
uses that cross foot sort of block and creates a lot of good opportunity from there.
Man, that frame from Philippe Andrew really, really saved him from some trouble here. Actually put him all the way back into close guard. And we know Andrew has an incredible close guard. Here we go.
It's always going to go down into K guard now. Close guard's a good way to get in. He does have a really good straight foot lock, does Philippe Andrew. Oh, hill up.
So Marley, I don't know if Marley's still here. So really important. You got to watch your foot placement.
Guard's a good way to get in. He does have a really good.
So here, Felipe Andrew should have triangled his legs right here. You guys see these? Right here, right over here. And if he couldn't triangle his leg, he needed to pull that leg and pull his knee out towards the bottom here, which he didn't do. He just turned. So,
great foot lock does Felipe Andrew. Oh, hill up. That's on deep.
Dude, that is deep. He may get this, Sean.
That's deep. That's tight.
He's gonna.
I think he's
look
gonna
at the
tap.
pain.
Yeah,
Whoa, Declan Moody. Heel hooks.
Yeah. I mean, he pulled him into 50-50. Guys, don't pull a better leg locker into 50-50. I don't know what else to say about that. That's pretty standard. AOJ, they're not good at coaching the big guys. They're good at coaching the medium, middleweight, and below. They can coach those guys to victory, but they can't really coach the big guys to victory.
Look at the pain.
Because he pulled into 50-50. Look.
Gonna go down into
Here.
K guard now.
Ashi, whatever you want to call it. Danny says, I made that mistake plenty of times.
Close guard's a good way to get in. He does have a.
He should have got out. He messed up. He messed up.
Really good straight footlock does Felipe.
Oh,
Heel hook. That's on deep.
Dude, that is deep. He may get this, Sean.
That's deep. That's tight.
He's gonna.
I think he's
look
gonna
at the pain.
Yeah,
Whoa, Declan Moody. Heel hooks Felipe Andrew. Kieran, who's number one? That was a quick.
Yeah. Well, he keeps getting caught with that though. Didn't he get caught by somebody else? Who caught him in the leg lock? Didn't somebody else just catch him in that? Let's see. What was that? He fought somebody that got him. Who did that? I'm saying recent though. I can't remember. Same situation. I just can't. Can we filter for a new upload date? I don't know. Somebody caught him. I can't remember who it was though. Yeah, I just can't remember. Somebody caught him. Does anybody remember who caught him? It was a Nogi event. BJJ Stars, maybe? No? I can't remember, but he got caught in the same move. It was like he got caught in 2 weekends. He got caught in this, and then like the next weekend he got caught in the same thing. I wish I could find it. Who caught him? Felipe Andrew, who caught you, bro? It was like 2 weekends back to back he kept getting caught. I just can't remember now. Did he do what did he do Nogi? He did some Nogi stuff. You know what? We're gonna cheat. Let's go ahead and cheat and go to BJJ Heroes. I can't type. It's gonna bother me if I can't find that too. Where are you? Where's the athlete at? They don't have his name on here? Come on, man. His name's on the not on the thing. Did he do UFC? He didn't do UFC BJJ, did he? No, he didn't. I can't find it. Was it Aiga? Aiga? No. Andrew Tackett. Where are his names at? I don't see where did it go? It's hard to find people on this website sometimes. Go back. Oh, that's cool. How did I do that? There we go. There we go. We got him. His name's hiding everywhere. Let's see. What year is it now? Jesus Christ. Lucas Oliveira. He lost. Was that the tournament he lost? No, he won. He won. He lost to Daniel Stroop. Can we find that match? I don't know who that guy is. Schwart. I can't find this match, bro. Oh, there it is right there.
Gray, Daniel Schwartz of Australia. And Schwartz, oh, huge.
Guys, who else is researching these little matches that nobody cares about except for me? Nobody. I don't know is any other jiu-jitsu person live streaming too?
Nice misdirection there from the tie-up. Nearly manages to cinch in the front headlock, but I think maybe Felipe Andrews' height kind of saved him a little bit there. He's a very long and lanky competitor. Schwartz is multiple-time ADCC veteran. He has a number of submission wins here. But Felipe Andrews extremely well.
All right, so Marley, if you're still on here, you see how, ankle lock position, but this foot's across the body. Marley was asking about this leg. My freaking head's in the way. There we go. Move my head out the way. He was asking about this top leg, which would be his left leg. You can keep it on the hip. That is doable. You can do a triangle. You can cross your ankles. I think if the person's a better leg locker, why are you grabbing their legs anyway? Or two, you should have this tucked in as like a butterfly hook, cross butterfly hook. So we're gonna see what happens. I don't remember what happened in this match, but we're gonna see. It's not gonna go well for Felipe Andrew for sure, but we'll see.
Again, a veteran of most major tournaments, and one thing that we know about Felipe Andrew, he's a finisher.
I was just going to say the footlock, though. He's known for a finisher in general, like you said, Hal, but his footlocks are so gnarly.
They're in a shootout here. They're in a shootout now. They're both cranking on those straight footlocks. It looks like Felipe Andrew, due to that length, of his body, that he had maybe somewhat of the better leverage in that exchange, but Dan Schwartz has multiple leg lock victories here at AIGA, especially in the Asian qualifiers that we saw them compete at in December of last year in Astana, Kazakhstan. Schwartz now looks at that inside heel hook. This is dangerous. Felipe Andrew in real trouble here.
That was deep. Oh my goodness.
Another one.
Dang, he been heel hooked on both legs. Was it both legs? Felipe Andrew need to just focus on his leg lock defense and stop putting himself in that leg lock position. What the hell? What the hell is he doing over here? Jeff Music, what's up, bro? He says Varsity Jiu-Jitsu is not open yet. I've been waiting for months, going to sign up. Awesome. If you guys over there at Varsity Jiu-Jitsu, go say hey to my man James. That's my boy James, bro.
Less than 90 seconds.
And if you don't know who James is, go ask around. Go ask around. You'll find James. If you find Isaac, you'll find James.
Who are some dark horse team trophy contenders?
Yeah, I think there's a lot. Lehigh's kind of the fun one. A lot of people are saying.
Are they even a dark horse now?
Honestly, that's kind of my point. Like, so many people have said it that it's not even like the cool answer. I mean, Stanford's gonna have a good team, I feel. Here's teams I could see in the mix. Obviously, Penn State, Iowa State, Ohio State, I think are all in that mix. I think NC State, Oklahoma State is obviously going to be right there.
I was going to say Stanford as a true dark horse. Nico Provo, if he can come out and be a title contender. If the version of Knox that beat Jake Ayala comes out to play at 133, places top 4. If Daniel Cardenas wins a title, Hunter Garvin, Lorenzo Norman, if he stays 174 and is effective, they could have a couple guys who, if they max out, true potential for a trophy.
Mine is Missouri. Did not have a good year last year, but Aiden Sinclair in the lineup. Maybe Seth Mendoza. They got Max Mayfield, Cam Steed, Josh Edmond at 49. So I feel like they're going to bounce back. Who are some dark horse team trophy contenders?
Yeah, I think there's a lot. Lehigh's kind of the fun.
No Flow grappling, the Flow wrestling guys love talking over there. We got Jay Flow. He says his knee braces, his knee pads are sold out. Shout out to my man Eugene. He was wearing those. My boy was wearing those knee pads, the J Flow knee pads. I was like, bro, I ain't doing no takedowns with you. I don't care if it's takedown Thursday. I was gonna do no takedowns. You know you're gonna get hit with the foot sweep if you go against somebody wearing the J Flows. The J Flow ones, yeah, you're gonna get caught in the foot sweep. So it seems okay. I'm not sure how much support there is from that knee brace. You know, it's got the little pad there, but I'm not sure how much compression really. Said they're sold out of 500 units. Wow. So that's pretty awesome. Man, my man J-Flow made some money, bro. God, I need to get in on that. These knee braces never be working though, to be honest. That's a knee pad, but I'm not sure what I would get. I mean, I would do a wrist brace or something. Neck brace. Danny Chopper says, I'll have to grab some. Haha. Maybe it will be mental warfare since my foot sweeps are still a bit suspect. Yeah, you put that on, bro. Plus 10 to your foot sweeps. Easy.
Kyle Chambers, you know, he has a match coming up with William Tackett. It's going to be a super fun match, but, you know, we're always rooting for 10 Planet Freaks. You know, he's one of our students for a very long time.
We've been training really hard for this event. You know, Kyle's been in the lab training his ass off, and super excited to just see him perform at his full potential. You know, this is a big stage right here, and William Tackett is one of the best in the world. So this is a big opportunity for Kyle Chambers to show who he really is.
Today we're here for Kyle Chambers. You know, he has a match coming up with William Tackett. It's going to be a...
Yeah, that match didn't go too well, but I still like Kyle. He's cool. Canuto's wife won. I don't know who she fought. I don't know who's on this card, bro. Mason Fowler won.
And new UFC BJJ Light Heavyweight Champion of the World, Mason the Mangler Fowler.
So you win one match and you become the champion, UFC BJJ champion after one match? That's crazy. Everybody else had to go through the tournament, had to fight at least 2 or 3 scrubs, you know, before they got to the main event. Who does she fight, bro? I'm glad I didn't waste my time watching that stuff. I'll leave it to you guys.
Cut the head. Watch the head and arms, Kyle. Go. Let's go.
Kyle didn't look too good. It's kind of crazy that they do all of this at their center. What's that called? The Fight Pass UFC whatever center. They don't have to pay nothing. They already got everything. It's like having the show in your garage, basically. What is that called? Performance Institute. So like super low investment, no marketing, no money to the athletes. I just don't know what's going on over here in this thing. Jason Whitfield says, "Why are we thinking this knee pad is revolutionary? Go watch a middle school volleyball game. This is nothing special. It just got the J-Flow. It got the special J-Flow powder on there that helps your foot sweeps." Jason Whitfield, come on, man. Jason Whitfield, you got to support J-Flow. You guys both got J in your name. We got Paulo Miao over here. What is Paulo Miao about to do? Where's my audio? Paulo, is that harassment? Can you guys see? Let me zoom in. God, dog, Paulo, aren't you married, Paulo? Let me watch one more time, but put my head out the way. As you guys can see, that lady's been groped. You know, I don't support that at all. I don't support that at all, Paulo Miao. Can't get out of there. Can't get out of there. What's up, dear? Alrighty, I have no idea where Paulo is. He's somewhere. Somewhere in Europe. We got Danilo. You guys don't know of him, but he's a Japanese Brazilian guy. He's good. He over here signing a contract. Got a new sponsorship. He says, "I'm proud to announce a new sponsorship with J Hood Official. I truly appreciate their support and belief in my journey. I'll continue to push forward and give my best in every competition. Thank you." What is J Hood? Clothing brand. Oh, okay, gotcha. I didn't know that. Oh, they sponsor a couple dudes. This guy's good. That kid, he got caught by USADA too. That is a nice brand though. That was a cool kid. That kid got popped by USADA too. He trains with Sanji Hibeto. I guess it's a Japanese brand, but I like that kid at ADCC was really nice. Let's see, they got a gi too. All right. That looks better than Showy Roll. Sorry, Showy Roll and AP. That doesn't look terrible. I might rock that. Look at this gi. That's not too bad. I like their kit though, especially that's where he got hit at by USADA. USADA got his butt. His kit at ADCC was really nice. I don't know if you guys remember that kit. Let's see if I can find it. Come on, baby. That looks like one of the guys that... Is he one of the dudes that was at Carpe Diem? I believe so. I believe he was one of the guys at Carpe Diem. He was always in the garment industry because I had a friend that knew of him through the garment industry. I'm looking for the kit. I can't see it. That looks cool, man. I like the colorway. I always tell you guys to try out inverted gear, but you wear whatever you guys want to wear. Danilo's really good. Let's see if we can find a clip of him. match. I think the other guy's Japanese. That guy was good too. You know, don't sleep on it. Man, Asia's getting good. Man, Europe, Asia, they getting good out there. And, you know, they put resources in jiu-jitsu. America, people in America don't care. Got Kennedy over here.
Atenção, atenção. Atenção, Kennedy. 10. Ajusta. Aperta.
Ajusta.
Kennedy Cobrinha Jr. Maciel.
Yeah. I don't know.
Good. Attention, Reddy, attention. Désengage-toi. Désengage-toi.
Both legs. Yes. Straight ankle right there. The butterfly.
Il y a une minute de combat, Reddy. Il y a une minute de combat.
I'd rather you on top.
Exact. Contrôle la position maintenant. Contrôle la position maintenant. Vas-y.
Around here. Look.
It's crazy. That girl used to just be yoga. She was Cyborg's yoga instructor. And then, of course, you know, she was hooking up with Cyborg. So she got her black belt real fast. How fast? Doesn't Jason Whitfield, you know how long it took her to get her black belt? Well, not as long as Moneyberg, but, you know, she got that black belt. Record time. I don't know, man. Tammy.
Get on top.
Our favorite Musumeci.
On your right knee now. Take your right leg out.
I like your grip. Now keep adjusting the grip.
Steam on. Yes.
Go to the back, Sam. Go to the back, Sam. Go to the back, Sam. Climb up. Climb up, Sam.
Go.
Into that. Short time, Sam. Short time. Yes.
Scoot your hips. Scoot your hips.
Beautiful.
Have your winner by unanimous decision.
Your winner by Mikey decision or unanimous decision, Mikey's sister. Of course, she was. Everybody except for poor Isaac. Everybody on team Mikey got the nod.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have breaking news here at the Craig Jones Invitational. I've been hearing some whispers about potential injuries now that we're only 30 days out. And it dawned on me, what if a team as bad as Europe is forced to replace a European grappler with an even worse European grappler? And it occurred to me that the only solution would be everybody gets 2 wild cards. So if someone on your team sucks, get rid of him. You can use a wild card. That's for region-based, and that's for real teams. Because we are the Fair Fight Foundation. We're building gyms for kids around the world to give them jiu-jitsu, water, and food. And our tournament is a fair fucking tournament.
My man Craig looking rough over there. Guys, make sure to either go to CJI or support CJI. We got Peter, Frank. I don't know what's wrong with him. Oh, they took the music out too? Why did they take the music out? He doing too much though. He says, today I had a great opportunity to teach a little bit about self-defense. I'm so happy for I share my techniques to the kids there. Also, I had the opportunity to talk about bullying, talk about life, talk about family, education. Yeah, thank you for the opportunity. So he's over there in the Spider-Man suit, and at least he's doing some good. You know, I don't think I would have all my stuff hanging out in the Spider-Man suit, you know. But, you know, they can do it. He, you know, Peter Frank a little crazy. We got Taynor, so the company that's doing Mikey's T-shirt, they're that's them. Taynor, the former owner, CEO of Ruka. Danny Toppa says, man, really wish I could attend an event like CJI. Maybe the next one. I'm hoping there is a next one. That's why I'm telling you guys to support it. So there'll be a next one. The rate we're going at, Craig Jones might give up. There won't be a CGI 3 unless you guys support it. So Taynor, they do some cool gear. It's kind of expensive, you know, out of my budget, but you guys can afford it, possibly. They got the models. These girls ain't done nothing athletic in their lives. Not that they need to. They can do whatever they want. Maybe ballet. She walking like a ballet fighter, ballet dancer. Yeah, she's got dance experience. You know, just put some cute girls in some of your apparel. That does sell pretty well. All right, that's Taynor. Who? Got Nate Diaz over here. He's rocking the Taynor too. Okay, that looks cool. I like that. I like that gear. I need that outfit. That's marketing nowadays. Put two attractive ladies in your gear, and that's it. That's all you gotta do. Inverted Gear, you should do that. Don't do that. Inverted Gear is a family company. So yeah, I'm not gonna say nothing bad about Inverted Gear. Talking about the ladies, we got Sarah Hildebrand. Now this is what I like. I like the girls that be wrestling out here. I'm trying to be like Mika. I want a Olympic wrestling, Olympic gold wrestling girlfriend. There ain't too many to go around. There's only about 3. You can have Helen, Amit, or Sarah, and Amit is taken. I guess I could either deal with Sarah or Helen. I need me a gold medal girlfriend. Come on. Jason says she paid for her belt. Who? Oh, the girl. Oh, Cyborg's girlfriend? Says, but I'm not sure it was the way Moneybird got his. I'm sure there were a lot of mounted smother chokes. Yeah, you know, Cyborg is rough around the edges. Some girls like that though. A lot of these girls out here, like that stuff. I heard that. I'm a gentleman out here, but I heard a lot of these girls like the Cyborgs type dudes out here. We saw Tammy already. I don't want to look at Tammy anymore. Tammy's my favorite Musamechi.
Yeah, I want you to submit so you don't have 2 more rounds. Work here, Tam. Work here, Tam. Get your hooks back in. A little lower, Tam. A little lower. Yes, there we go. There we go. Now, let's work the choke. Let's work where we work backstage now. 35 seconds, Tammy. Let's start working the back triangle. The triangle. 1 hook in, Tammy. 1 hook in. Nice. You have it. Nice, Tam. Beautiful. That works. There it is, Tam. Let's finish. Let's go, Tam. 20 seconds, Tammy. Let's finish it. Just try to finish now, Tammy. You have a little time left. 15 seconds left. Triangle armbar, Tammy. Triangle armbar. 15 seconds left. 10 seconds. Just work the finish. Nice. There we go. You have it. Hurry up. Right now. I don't want you to stay here.
I'm feeling great. I got my UFC BJJ title. This thing, I've been dreaming about it since they first posted it. I love this belt, man. I'm never gonna let this belt go. Any 205ers that want this belt, you're gonna have to go through me, and I promise it's not gonna be easy. I'm feeling great. I got my UFC BJJ title. this thing, I've been dreaming about it since they.
I just want to start off by saying I'm so grateful for what I just got to do out there. You know, looking back on my life, this is just like a dream come true to be able to defend my belt and put on a good performance and get a first round submission. So I'm feeling pretty like emotional right now. Like a lot of hard work has led up to this moment, and just a lot is paying off. There's so many people in my lives, like my family, really good friends, a great coach, you know, that is just really keeping me grounded and keeping me from doing bad things. So I just want to say thank you to all of you guys. This is a pretty crazy lifestyle, you know, going from match to match, training every day and just staying healthy and just, you know, working my butt off. I had so many people that believed in me, and I wouldn't be here except it wasn't for their belief. So I believe in all of you kids out there, all of you guys that want to have a great career in jiu-jitsu. You can do it. I believe in you. I just want to start off by saying I'm so grateful for what I.
What was my man talking about staying out of trouble? It sounded like if he, Jesus, you know Andrew the Wild Brother too. I hope he stays out of trouble. Danny Chopper, yeah, man, you know stuff happens, bro. It's all good, bro. Yeah, stick with me. Stick with me. Yeah, it's all good, bro. Life happens, man. I ain't done nothing but promote. You guys know I be promoting too much. I be promoting CJI. I be promoting Tenor. I be promoting all this stuff. But sometimes it's not enough, man. Sometimes hard work's not enough. Shout out to Dominica. If you're a little bit younger, you might not know Dominica was a 2-time world champion, double absolute and weight class. I think she did it twice. She turned a big 30, 3-0. She's young. She says, thank you so much for all the birthday wishes. I'll play the video while we're waiting. I'm following this day with a count back of 12 moments from the past 12 months of life that led me into my 3rd decade. So she got the horse. She filming some stuff, promo out there on the mountain, dancing with the girlies, playing some chess with the boys, hanging out with the other girls. Dancing. All right, she living life. You know, you do you, girl. You do you. We got Jalen. I think this kid won Worlds. I think you can get out of that. I think the dude should have been able to get out of that, but maybe I'm wrong. You know, I feel like these guys, I don't know. It seemed like a lot of these people shouldn't have been out there. I don't know, man. Yeah, I don't really care. Yeah, I don't really feel like giving any energy to.
Now that it has been announced Vito is competing in Poland.
I will party. You know, I'm glad to see it. I think if he's competing again overseas, that's a great sign. It should make American wrestling fans excited that Vito's healthy enough to compete again about who Jax Forrest just beat. Because I think the narrative out of that win was that, well, Jax beat a dilapidated version of Vito Rujao who should contemplate retirement.
Well, we got to see how he looks in Poland. I think the fact that he's competing is good to show that he's healthy enough to continue wrestling, but if he loses again, then he's not the Vito that won Worlds in 2023.
You're going to take this moment to party now that it has been announced Vito is competing in Poland.
I will party. You know, I'm glad to see it. I think if he's competing again overseas, that's a great.
Yeah, we want to see Vito compete. If you guys didn't know, Vito lost his wrestle off to Jax Forrest, who's a high schooler. I think he's a junior in high school, maybe this year. So them high schoolers tough. You know, if you see a high school wrestler, you better watch out because they could beat world champions and Olympic champions. Danny Chopper says, understood. Just keep up the grind, brother. You know I'm grinding. It's a fun grind, though. It's a fun grind. I enjoy it. You know, I enjoy hanging out with you guys, talking crap on all these other dudes and girls and watching videos and hanging out. It's fun, man. He says, don't beat yourself up over it. Another opportunity for sure coming your way. Hopefully. We'll see. Sometimes opportunity doesn't come. You just got to keep moving, man.
I think Dan will go in as the largest guy in this tournament. There's some big fellas, but I think Dan might be the biggest of the big fellas. You all know him well. He's one of the few heavyweights that can play bottom position very well. He's got a great guard, passes well with top pressure, and difficult to take down in the standing position.
It's hard to get submissions when you're going up against somebody as girthy as Mr. Roman Mori.
Dan's one of the few heavyweights who's got a genuine submissions game.
There's a submission here. I don't know if it's going to work. But give him a nice little squeeze. You grab them by their chin.
Dan is a fascinating character. He's actually a very talented musician. He plays piano perfectly. Like so many jiu-jitsu players, kind of a psychological head case, very intelligent.
A wild serpent trying to finish a triangle strangle on a Kodiak bear. Not just any Kodiak bear, a mentally ill Kodiak bear. His entire body versus my neck, it seems like my neck is winning.
But quirky as well, so he's an interesting guy to have in the training room.
That would never work on me.
He's an interesting case because he comes from no athletic background whatsoever. If you look at most jiu-jitsu athletes, they either started jiu-jitsu very young, so they're used to competition from that, or they're used to competition from some other sport, highly talented in some other sport. For example, Oliver Taza was a very good soccer player, which transferred over to jiu-jitsu. So for him, there's a sense in which it's kind of all new, this whole idea of competition. In the gym, he's devastating, and in competition, if he comes in with the right mindset, he's equally devastating.
The big guys get away with a lot, man. You know, they just get away with too much. Them other big dudes don't have no submissions, unless they're from Australia.
So I'm going to be in Europe during September, definitely London, and want to teach some seminars. So hit me up if you want a seminar, and don't let the tattoos fool you. I come in peace. But seriously, I'm going to look at doing a bunch of seminars. So if you are interested, please hit me up, reach out to me, and we can talk. But it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to teach some of the coolest shit you've ever seen, and I'm also going to shake everybody's hand. I roll with everyone at the seminar. Okay, no one survives me not rolling with them. Okay. Why does that look like it's a nipple? I spilled coffee on my shirt too. What's up, guys? So I'm going to be in Europe during September, definitely London, and want to teach.
Everybody's summering in Europe. Too expensive to go to Europe right now. I gotta go in the winter when it's dark and cold. That's when you know you for real. When you go to Europe in the winter, that's for real, bro. That's the real, not this summer, sun out, not that BS. You need to go to Europe when it's, well, not for you guys, but for me. I go when it's dark. Ain't no sign of the sun. Everybody's depressed. That's when I go.
Fica nervoso quando ela luta?
Eu fico muito nervoso pra caralho quando minha irmã tá lutando, porque eu quero controlar tudo, mas muito difícil quando não posso controlar coisas. Eu prefiro que possa lutar além dela. Tô muito animado pra ter a minha irmã competindo aqui. Eu tenho sonho que eu e a minha irmã pode ter cinturões aqui. Vai ser incrível se a gente pode chegar sim. Ela é muito forte e eu acho que ela pode ser muito boa nessa categoria. Então, eu espero que depois dessa luta ela pode lutar para o cinturão. Se Deus quiser, ela pode ganhar e vamos focar na próxima luta. Espero que o UFC BJJ 3 ela pode competir para o cinturão contra Fion. Acho que talvez uma luta assim vai ser incrível para ela.
Você fica nervoso quando ela luta?
Eu fico.
That's Mikey in Portuguese. So not only can we listen to Mikey in English, we can get him in Portuguese.
Attaboy, Bobby! Way to go, Con Jr.!
What the heck was that? That's how white belts be rolling, bro. They were in the t-shirt. That's crazy out here. That is exactly how white belts be rolling, though. That is a white belt match right there for sure. I'm gonna have to dip in a little bit, guys. 2 hours. I gotta relax for a little bit. Oh, we got Jocko.
Or just like technique and grit.
Let me turn that music. That music definitely gonna get a copyright strike. But look at Jocko, man. I don't want to hear nothing about no Moneyberg. Look at Jocko out here. Well, that's not Jocko, but Jocko over there rolling with all the young guys. Keenan, I don't know what Keenan's doing. Keenan just having fun. He don't even care no more. Yeah, I want to see Jocko versus Moneyberg. Bro, Jocko choked the crap out of Moneyberg. But shout out to Jocko, man. Shout out to my man Jocko. I got too many stories. I got to go. Big news. We got Amit and Mika. I don't know how I feel because Amit was curving Mika for a long time, and I think they got together around COVID times. So I don't know, man. If a girl's curving me, that means it's not meant to be. This Android phone is good at typos. Oh, super. Oh yeah, we see that. Super highway. Yep. Did they? I don't know. I hope they do well. Long distance. Maybe Mika can get that green card. I don't know if this is the best political climate to get that green card in though, but we'll see. I usually warn my American girlies to be careful of the Brazilian boys, but nobody listens to me. They don't really listen to me, and then we'll see. I'm happy for them. Mika seems to be a good guy. He is Brazilian. Where's my Brazilians at? My Brazilians, they known to do some shenanigans. Mika spent all his money. Mika spent all of Meat's money on that ring. So Amit, I feel like Amit is kind of the head of the relationship. She's kind of in charge. Mika's kind of the simp in the relationship, but that seems to be working for them. I'm jealous a little bit. I want me a Olympic gold medalist wrestling girl. There's only 3 of them to choose from. I don't know. I wouldn't mind me a little gold medalist girlfriend. That would be kind of nice. I mean, I'll be the simp too. I love you, boo boo. I'm holding her purse. I can't do that because she always gonna have that medal over my butt. She gonna say, "What gold medal you got, Alec?" I'm like, I got a New Jersey Open gold medal. I don't know. We'll see. I'm happy for them. Mika not 20 years old. Yeah, a lot of these jiu-jitsu folks be getting married early though. Come on.
Hey, check your phone. Look at the funny reel I sent you.
Is it a guy sitting down to his butt, scooting towards somebody and saying, "Get in my guard, bro"?
Never mind. Hey, check your phone. Look at the funny reel I sent you.
Is it?
Yeah. That's how jiu-jitsu memes go.
Really? Let's break it down. So, Alfredo goes to attack the legs and John Jones reacts, but that was just a feint to get his underhook. Plus, risk.
That ain't no Olympic gold medal. That's not Olympic gold medal. That's whatever you do, that girl's got that gold medal over your behind. It's all good. It's all good.
Control means time to attack. Inside reap and John Jones steps out of it. But look at all the space it created for Alfredo to attack a hip throw. Jones has to shift his weight backwards now. Otherwise... he's gonna take a trip to Ippon land. And now you can tell that all the feints got Jones confused and out of balance. And that's the perfect time to attack. One more time. So, Alfredo pulling Jones in this direction, and Jones, still confused, expects a hip throw, but Alfredo changes direction, steps deep, hooks the leg with his leg and arm, locks it in by grabbing his own shin, drives, and scores with a Bazari, with a beautiful Koshimaki Komi. But that's my opinion. What do you think?
That's one downside of the judo. You know, you did the throw, you got the ippon, but look, your back's taken. My judo people need to fix that, bro. It's ippon. Yeah, but you're getting choked out, bro. Even the gold medal, maybe she probably still could. She get laced my legs up. That's it. I'm going for a ride. We got Bishop Chronicles. Let's see what he's got to say.
So before I go teach this jiu-jitsu real quick, I want to give you an update on my battle with sugar. I'm killing it. I'm losing weight. I'm basically doing a keto-ish type diet. It's just not dealing with sugar, not dealing with gummy bears, not dealing with cake and candy. In fact, I test myself by walking over to my favorite grocery store that has all the gummy bears I love, and I just pick them up and I look at them and I just say, I'm not eating this anymore, and I put it back. You know how hard that is? The way that I've been getting through my binges is I made these big soups, and I have steaks and eggs, and I make my own soup, so it's got all kinds of vegetables and protein and stuff in it. I'm also just doing like steaks and eggs, avocados, cheese, you know what I'm saying? And I'm losing weight. It's crazy. So I'm happy. I do feel like a crackhead sometimes when I am driving. Like I want to pull over and get cookies. I want to pull over and get candy. Right? But I think by staying consistent, me seeing the difference, it reinforces my discipline. So I just want to thank everybody for their support. Don't forget to check out the 3 new podcasts. One with Benjamin Glenn Phillips, who is a brown belt at Roger Gracie's, and he is the designer of Roger Gracie's clothing line. That podcast is insane. It's about design, it's about tattoo, it's about hardcore metal, it's about hip hop. It's crazy, right? And then also I have my man Sanjay on, talking about that Japanese dude who married his AI hologram. It's real. We need to look at it, AI and ethics. It's a thing. And then, yeah, make sure you go check those out.
Shout out to Bishop Chronicles. If you guys don't know him, he used to be like a hip hop reporter kind of. He would write on hip hop artists, and he also deals like a lot of chess, a lot of stuff with chess, combining jiu-jitsu, chess, and hip hop. So pretty cool. If you never heard of him, he's a pretty cool guy. He does like these events. It says hip hop chess tournament. So really cool. Kind of intersection of different interest. And then sometimes they'll do jiu-jitsu, then they'll do chess, and then a lot of cool stuff. He's based in San Francisco. So if you guys ever in that area, check him out. Guys, I think I'm going to jump off of here. I'm going to call quits. We'll get back on schedule hopefully next week. I don't know if I'll leave some of these tabs up. I might just leave these tabs open, or who knows. Listen, there's so many stories in this sport. It don't matter what I do. Tomorrow somebody said something, somebody did something. The next week, I do want to check on Ben Askren though. Let's check on Ben Askren first. And I think that we'll stop at that point. Who else is live streaming though? Do you guys know anybody else live streaming? And I do want to go a little bit longer in the future. I've been trying to do 3 hours. Hopefully I can do that consistently and then build up. Where's Ben Askren at? If you guys were wondering, it was flooding yesterday. Is that the right thing? No, that's not the right thing. It was flooding over here yesterday. Is that it? Play that a little bit. Yeah, it was flooding yesterday. Couldn't train. It sucked.
What's one New York slang I gotta?
Let me find one more because that was pretty crazy. Yeah, it was pretty wild yesterday, bro. Everything seems okay now, but yesterday things were kind of bad. I can't find anything, so let's go to Ben Askren if I can find him over here. Ben, where are you, bro? I think we got 2 videos. Let's see.
Hey guys, quick update number 7. Our hands are a little shaky from some of these medicines. I'm still in the hospital, but everything's been good. They kept me here because they thought there was some infection possibility. Every test they've ran so far has came back negative, so I'm pretty happy about that. I don't think there's anything major wrong at all. I think I'm waiting for 1 or 2 more tests to come back, and then we'll see where we go from there. I also want to add a Mental Monday in here because I haven't done one in a while, although you may say a few of my last posts had to do with the psychology of kicking ass at life. So one of the things we're passionate about at Askren Wrestling Academy is we'll take anybody. I don't care if you've done wrestled. I don't care if you suck at wrestling. If you want to be in the room and you want to get better, we'd love to have you. Right? It's kind of that simple. I cringe when I see some of these 7, 8, 9-year-old baseball teams make cuts. I think it's a lot of sports at that age, honestly. But if you want to have a good team long term, you want to keep as many kids as possible involved because you don't know who's going to develop, right? I've had kids who never qualified for youth state that have placed at state, went D1, right? Many kids. Our most recent one, Brady Collins, I don't think he placed at youth state. Definitely did down to 8th grader. Just placed the junior nationals, right? You don't know who's going to develop. And so this philosophy of cutting people is really stupid. And any coach that abides by that, you guys are making huge mistakes. So one of our goals at AWA that makes us really effective is keep around as many kids as possible. Now, I don't think we've ever had to kick anyone out, but there are standards. So like, I know with my youth group last year, I would just go make them sit out. Like if they weren't abiding by standards, okay, you can't practice anymore today. Go sit over there in the corner. And, usually that works. They get the message of, I don't want to be excluded from the group. I want to be part of the group. I do want to work hard. And they get it together, okay? But the more kids you keep around, the more possibilities you have at turning something out. And honestly, lots of times when kids are really good at 7, 8, 9 years old, either the parent has already put a bunch of time into them, or some kids just physically mature way earlier, right? But that means there's less upside. So if a kid physically matures early, they have less physical maturing to do as their life moves on. And then you have some kids who are super physically immature, and once they mature or once they catch up to those around them, then they're going to be fine. So I hate cutting at young ages. I don't think you should do it. I think it's really stupid. Yeah, that's all I got for you. All right. I'll try to update you guys when I get out of here. Hopefully today is Wednesday, July 30th. Hopefully maybe tomorrow or the next day. But I'm going to go Stockdale Paradox and not get too hung up on it. What's up, guys? You seem to be enjoying my videos, and I'm stuck in this damn bed. So I was going to make another video. Came up when I was listening to something last night, and it's a concept I fully agree with. And I think it's important that you guys make this recognition too. It applies to my situation. It applies to a lot of situations. And it's grateful for the opportunity. Okay? And so like my wife keeps asking me, man, are you sad because you have all these restrictions on your life? Are you depressed about it? And it's like, well, my other option was I die. So I'm grateful for the opportunity to live and be here still, right? And in wrestling, I talked to my wrestlers about this also, is that, a lot of them get scared around big competition and the negative things are going to happen. But it's like, well, you guys earned this. You should be grateful for the opportunity. And, another way to look at this is obstacle versus opportunity, or obligation versus opportunity. And so it's like, oh man, I got to go practice today. Or, yes, I get to go to practice today and get better. This is my opportunity. And I think that's just a really important way to frame things and contextualize things, because when you are grateful for the opportunity, you're going to look forward to stuff. You're going to be pumped up to do it. And when you treat things as an obligation, right, then it's the opposite. It's like, oh man, I got to do this or I got to do that. So don't forget, I'm always grateful for the opportunity, right? Whether it's the second life that I get to live now, whether it's competing, whether it's, helping certain kids, I'm grateful for the opportunity. Hopefully you guys can be too. Peace. What's up, guys? You seem to be enjoying.
All right, guys, that's good for today. I cutting today short. So many good stories, so many good videos to cover. God willing, we can meet up probably on Monday. That's my goal. Monday, be streaming 2 to 3 hours. And I want you guys to have a great Fitness Friday. Go do some push-ups, pull-ups, walk. Go outside and walk. Do something. Break a sweat or something for me. Do it for Ben Askren. Do it for Ollie. That's it, guys. Stay out of trouble. Yeah, that's it, man. We got some good, no shortage of stories out here, bro. We gonna cover. Good luck. Danny Chopper, are you the one that's competing this weekend? Is that you competing this weekend? I believe somebody's competing this weekend. Good luck. If you're competing, good luck. You're not competing, go train. You're not training, go work out. Do what you can to stay healthy, guys. I don't know nobody else that's live streaming about jiu-jitsu and telling you guys to be healthy and live a good life. That's me, Mikey. Mikey telling you guys to eat pizza every day. And he got ulcers all over the place. All right, guys, that's it. I'm out of here. He says I'll put it all on the line tomorrow. Put it on the line, give it your best, but also have fun. You gotta find that balance point. You remember that? Let me play one more thing before we leave. Remember that point? It was that part of the X-Men series. Let's see if we can find it. We got so many good videos we're not gonna watch. I wanted to see Jiao Miao. We ain't gonna watch that.
I believe that true focus lies somewhere between rage and serenity. Would you mind if I... What did you just do to me? I accessed the brightest corner of your memory system. It's a very beautiful memory, Eric. Thank you. I didn't know I still had that. There's so much more to you than you know. Not just pain and anger. It was good, too. I felt it. When you can access all that, You'll possess a power no one can match. Not even me. So come on. Try again.
The French Laundry.
All right, Danny Tapa, good luck, brother. Everybody out there, have a great Fitness Friday. Do it for me. Do it for Ollie. Do it for Ben Askren. That's it, guys. Hope to see you guys on Monday. You want to support the channel? I was about to say inverted gear. BJJ Mental Models, or just tell people about the live stream. That goes a long way. We appreciate it.